Hi, this is a video response for pooface3381. I should know your name by now, but I don't. I think it should be a rule that we all introduce ourselves in the beginning of each one of our videos, so we can drill it into each other's brains what our names are. As you know, my name is Emma, and I wanted to make a response for you to share my knowledge about what terminating parental rights is all about. I know as much as I know, and I'll share as much as I know, and if I forget anything, I will type it in or something. I tried to organize it a little bit and write it out, the things that I wanted to say in this video. If there needs to be a part 2, then that's what I'll do. But the first thing that I wrote down was consult with a lawyer. Your first session should always be free. Unless it's a really good lawyer or something, you shouldn't ever have to pay for, your first meeting with a lawyer. Excuse me. But you can get a lot of information out of that one session, and my suggestion would be to, well, first of all, find a lawyer that is very knowledgeable about what you're trying to do exactly. I have a lawyer right now, and he is not. And I looked up family law or something, and I found him, and I think that he actually specializes more in like school cases, trying to get children their rights, to be in certain classes, or I don't know, whatever. Doesn't really have to do with terminating parental rights, but he took my case anyway, and whatever, he's handling it. But when I have questions for him, he doesn't seem very knowledgeable. So first, a piece of advice would be, if you're going to get a lawyer, get one that knows a lot about what you're going to ask him. What was I going to say? Oh, funny thing, real quick. I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about. My first lawyer's name was George Bush. Ray. George Bush. His first name was Ray Bush. And now so Bush, remember that. But now my lawyer's name now is Charles Wiener. I thought that was funny. Whatever. I'm going to stop being immature now. So what I would ask this lawyer is how to handle it all from the very beginning, because if I might be mistaken, but I think that if I would have just in the hospital when I was filling out the paperwork or something said unknown, then maybe it wouldn't have been such an issue. But I think I did say, I don't even remember what I did, but the paternity test is something that I think the paternity test is something that should be done no matter what. I mean, just for your daughter, I think you're having a girl, just for your daughter's sake, because I just feel like, every child should know where they're coming from, Sorry, I really don't have this organized. But I'll give you a quick explanation of how it went down with me and Jason. This is Ella's father. I really didn't want to have anything to do with Jason while I was pregnant with Ella, and I was really dreading the day that I had Ella, and that how I would have to share her with him, and I knew that he wasn't very interested, but I knew the kind of person he was. Like he would hold her over my head or something, because he was a douchebag back then. So whatever. I had her. He wasn't in the room, and Then it came down to, God, after you have a baby, you're so like not in this world. I don't even remember the things that I signed. I could have been signing her away and I wouldn't know because I wasn't paying attention. But I'm pretty sure there was a form that I had to sign, and I'll look it up. I just wanted to make a video response right now, but I have, I'm pretty sure I have all that stuff filed away. But I'll look it up and see exactly what it is that I signed and what, if you'll get something that's really similar. But I'm pretty sure I signed something that said, that was basically saying, we don't know who the father is, which was actually true at that point in time, because I was going through a period of my life when I got pregnant with Ella, where I was not monogamous. So there was 3 different people that it could have been. Jerry Springer, here I come. But anyway, that's not who I am now. So I did end up signing that piece of paper that said we don't know who the father is. And the reason that Chasen was there is because I was, 90% sure that that Ella was his. So I just did everything the best way that I knew how. And I think that if you do that, if you do everything the best way that you know how, and for the best reasons, you're doing it for your child, then everything should work out for you. And that's kind of just how life goes in general. But, so what I ended up doing was, I signed that piece of paper that said, don't know who the father is. And then, I don't know, it wasn't an immediate thing because, I wasn't like, right after I had her, I wasn't going to go, oh, well, this is what we're going to do right away. I had 2 or 3 weeks that I didn't think about it at all, And then I guess, it came time to start thinking responsibly about things, and I called Jason over and I said, and within that 3 weeks, I guess it was, he had come to visit her twice, and he lived 2 minutes away. And that didn't bother me. I really didn't want him around, which I was like, yay, he's not coming around. But I still had to acknowledge the fact that, we're pretty damn sure he's the father, and that he should start to contribute somehow to her, that he should contribute somehow to supporting her, and so I had him over and I said, I say that, my family, I need you to contribute, so let's come up with an agreement. And our agreement was that he bring over a pack of diapers and a pack of wipes a week. What is that, like $15? And we shook on it like it was really like okay, and he went along with that for a couple of weeks, and then didn't see him for another couple weeks. He didn't call or show or anything, and I have to end this video soon, but anyway, end of the story goes, I called him, I said, Jason, where you been? You know what I mean? I thought we had an agreement. And he said, what are you talking about? We didn't have an agreement. And I was like, okay, and I didn't even argue. I didn't want to argue at all. Didn't want to argue while I was pregnant. Didn't want to do it now. And I just was very kindly, okay, that's fine, And as soon as he left, or as soon as I got off the phone with him, I called domestic relations and started the process of child support, which if you don't have to, please don't go through that. I'm going to start another video.